Tom, thank you so much for having this talk with me. You are the stream lead of application extensions of the FUSE initiative, which is realizing the SE Vision 2035. So how is your professional career tied to your new stream lead role?
Yeah, well, thanks for asking. Well, actually, I think it all began 30 plus years ago now, so it's been a long while. But being an engineer, I'd like to sort of expand my horizons. So I had the opportunity to have a master's here in the States on systems engineering for one of the gurus, Ben Blanche and Wolf Fabricki. And actually, it was kind of interesting because I applied that to transportation field, but coming back to Sweden, where I live. First within sort of technical systems in Sweden, Europe, but then for 5 years I spent looking at rural transport systems in Africa and Asia, really applying the same kind of methodology, but of course not focusing so much on the technology aspects as social, cultural, economical, political aspects that also are so important to include when you create a sustainable solution. So, but now since 25 years I've been working at Syntel in Stockholm, having the opportunity as a consultant, principal consultant in systems engineering, to work in very many fields. So over the time, of course, you can't avoid defense if you're in systems engineering almost. But I've been in automotive, I've been in healthcare, the public transport, and I'm also now working with the city council. So in Sweden, but also internationally.
Okay.
So it's been a very, sort of say, interesting journey from the very technical to have this broader perspective.
So in those 30 plus years and all those different domains, how has systems engineering changed over this time?
Yeah. Well, I think that's definitely one of the aspects that systems engineering no longer just sort of defense or high-tech systems. Is actually being applied in these other domains that are traditionally not systems engineering. I also think we have really improved on the definition of systems engineering, the foundation. 30 years ago, nobody talked about systems engineering in Sweden, but we did, of course, very complex systems, or at least complicated systems on, Volvos and Saabs and Tetra Paks, etc. But it wasn't called that. It was called product development. And I think over the years, there's now sort of been more of an identity of systems engineering, and that's not just in Sweden, I think overall globally.
All right, so across all those different industries, what do you see are the key challenges you have there?
Yeah, well, key challenges, as always, is to sort of get people to think outside the box a little bit, and also to prove that. I think one of the things we still sort of battle or are challenged by is to prove the value of systems engineering, because it's rarely that you do a project without systems engineering or with systems engineering. But I think, also there we are now actually being able to more and more prove the value of systems engineering. There's certainly more recognition that you need to early on understand that you're solving the right problem and do this the right way. So yeah, it's very much improving on that part too.
So in COSI you have laid out the Vision 2035 on systems engineering. What are the key insights industries should take from the vision?
Again, the vision document is I think one of the few roadmaps I know about. So if you're a chief technical officer, if you're an engineer that's just interested in what's happening out there, and understand the context, because I mean the vision is not purely on sort of here we go with systems engineering, the technical aspects, but it also puts it into the wider global context. We talk about the grand challenges that we have in the world and what we need to do as a profession in order to, basically fulfilling our organizational vision is, a better world through a systems approach. So here in this document, it talks about, the overall challenges we have, where we are, and where we need to go with systems engineering. So extremely useful document, I would say.
So if you fast forward to 2035, how would systems engineering as a discipline would have changed by then?
Well, I think we'll continue this track that actually more and more domains, industries, governments understand and recognize the importance and the value of systems engineering. So I think no more do we need to actually. I think we've gone from the why systems engineering and then what. So now really people will or society will talk about how do we do this in the most efficient way. So the foundations, the methodology streams are really important for us to provide useful, effective means to realize a systems approach.
Okay. And as your role as the lead of the application extension streams, what are the key items you have on your agenda?
Well, I think right now it's to take some of our cross-cutting initiatives, like the Smart Cities initiative, to make this now something that we can provide to the communities. I mean, when I say communities, then the target groups we're actually talking about, the city planners, etc. Here's something that you can use in order to improve, understand where you are, give you sort of a map for where you're going, and also the means how to do this. So we take some of these, we look at other sort of initiatives that can help to make systems engineering valuable for a wider domain. We have over this week here at the workshop, we talked about innovation, something that systems engineering is actually a really useful tool for being more innovative, to make sure that we actually have good solutions that are maybe often outside the box. We talked about sustainability, of course. So this is a joint effort where we need to include a lot of internal working groups, but also reach outside and start working with lots of other organizations. I think, this is what's happening. So if I may say, I think the last thing I would like to say is that it seems now that the world is really coming to the conclusion and insight that we need to think in systems in order to solve our challenges. And now what INCOSE and systems engineering can do is not just to make sure that we're solving the right problem, where we have methods and tools to do, but also that we're solving these problems the right way in a sustainable way. So that's where I think where we'll be in 2035.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
It's the go-to discipline for change for solving complex problems.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you.